The year is 2012. Not only did the world end, but everyone's favorite failure of a console named the Wii U released worldwide as it was dubbed the successor to the original Wii.
Yes, the game will probably still be right for all of us. But could it also be a perfect fit just for you?
Because of how terrible their marketing was, many just didn't see the thing as a new console. 2013 then rolls around, and so does the year of Luigi. Anyone remember that? Nintendo doesn't want to remember it either, don't worry. The year of Luigi was such a prolific event. Many games were released, not many being on the Wii U. The ones that did release the Wii U were pretty good. It's always sad to think about it, but Dr. Luigi will never see the light of day again. I'm not sure the world will ever be the same without it. While the existential dread sets in, the world during this time was absolutely craving for a new 3D Mario game that needed to become the system seller they were desperately looking for. What we got instead was something of its own caliber. What the fuck, Nintendo? This isn't the big 3D Mario we were looking for. Super Mario 3D World just so happens to be the sequel to its 3DS counterpart, Super Mario 3D Land. That game had so many courses, special worlds, Luigi, you name it, it's probably in here. That includes Tanuki Mario. 3D World looked like it was just more of that, which wasn't a bad thing. So many new courses, all new 4-player multiplayer, which is always awesome, and cats. There was so much emphasis on cats, we'd have it incorporated into the game's damn logo. Oh, and there's also a new jazzy vibe to go with the game, which really made this game's music just feel so good to listen to. I can't wait till this game comes out! Oh yeah, years in 2013. The game totally hasn't been up for 12 years. Fuck the passing of time. Let's talk about Mario. Super Mario 3D World is in my hands. I really like this game. Honestly, it's definitely one of my favorite Mario games of all time. I have so much to go over because this game is filled with so much content, it's unreal. But oh no. It also seems to be in my hand a second time. That's right. Part of the huge Super Mario 35th anniversary, we got a port of this game with a tiny, huge amount of extra content. But for the purposes of this video, let's say goodbye to our lonely little Wii U game, and pop this bad boy into the Nintendo Switch where it belongs. This menu is kind of familiar. Before even saying anything, the Switch version is definitely the definitive way to play this game. An absolute ton of little enhancements, which I'll get to soon, and even a whole new side mode called Bowser's Fury that might possibly be the next evolution of 3D Mario. Super Mario 3D World, hold on a minute. What's that? I mean, it's alright. In all seriousness, I love this version of the original Mario Bros. Since the year of Luigi was the greatest year ever, don't look that up. They made an official ROM hack where you play as Luigi and Luigi. Quite the funky little game we have here. What? I didn't play it for hours. You're lying. The intro to this game is as follows. The Super Mario Bros. 2 gang is out one night going for a stroll in what appears to be the Mushroom Kingdom. Fireworks, Peach's Castle, yep. This might be the Mushroom Kingdom. Then out of nowhere, a type of pipe we've never seen before appears before our eyes. Clear. This little fairy, Sprixie, pops out, and so does Bowser, who absolutely defies physics somehow. He does what he does best and stuffs her in a jar. Yep, okay, not gonna question it. After going after the little fairy, we end up in this new place called the Sprixie Kingdom. Okay, so let's talk about our level designs. These levels can be extremely straightforward, but are just some of the most creative levels ever made. Literally, Double Cherry passes the definition of this. The existence of the Double Cherry power-up is absolutely amazing. I love it. But if you get hit, you lose the clone. Wait, does that mean the real Mario is dead? A few other highlights for me are Puff Prod Peaks, which was changed between both the Wii U and Switch versions due to no microphone. Snowball Park. Man, these ice physics just don't fucking work properly. Switchboard Falls, Mount Mustache, Hands-on Hall, Super Blockland, and also the one level with the penis. I could just keep going. There are so many levels in this game that are so good. I think one of the greatest things is that the world map design doesn't really affect the type of levels that'll take place in them. I think this is such a good decision. Can't stump creativity if you don't force them to make a bunch of levels based on snow. The levels have these green stars which replace our star coins. Don't worry, they actually serve a purpose here. You actually need to collect a certain amount throughout the game to progress to each castle to save the Sprixies. No more optional collectibles. Not only do you have the green stars in this game, but you also have these stamps that are located in almost every level. The only purpose they serve nowadays is being used in the new photo mode. You can just place them down wherever to make just the greatest photo ever made. There are so many fucking stamps, I still don't have them all. There's a stamp for completing every level with every fucking character. You can just use 3 other remotes to get auto-completing, right? Well, yeah, but there are 5 playable characters, so either way I'm still playing every level like 2 extra times, which I don't really want to do. I'll do everything else, just not that. Also, since this game came out during the year of Luigi, there are a ton of Luigis hidden throughout the entire game. At least 100 of these exist and are located in the most random locations. On the train tracks, hidden in the moon, probably between the cushions of your couch, if you decide to look there. There are a few playable characters in this game, all of which are based on Super Mario Bros. 2, like I mentioned earlier. Mario is your all-around basic character who's decent at everything. Luigi is a bit slow, but jumps incredibly high. Toad is so fucking fast. And Peach is really slow, but counteracts that with the ability to just kind of float whenever she wants. How does this game play, you may be asking? Because this game isn't 12 years old, it came out yesterday. Well, I'll answer that. It actually plays really well. The movement feels absolutely incredible. Because of the 3D environment, we get every single type of movement option you'd expect. Long jump, wall kick, no triple jump. Weird choice not to add that. But yep, that's the movement. The game does feel incredibly slow though. Every character takes forever to gain a boost of speed. Long jumps don't really feel very worth it. Whoa, wait a minute. This isn't the Switch version. That doesn't sound right at all. The Switch version got some insane upgrades. Characters move so fucking fast now. Peach is faster than Toad was in the original, and a new mid-air dive was added from Super Mario Odyssey. I didn't really think this would be all that useful, but boy was I wrong. Diving has saved me so many times it's ridiculous. It's too bad the momentum is capped though. Would have been way better if it wasn't. The Switch version also adds the ability to play online, which works as good as you think it does. I've never really had many issues with it, but when I did, it was terrible. But I mean, hey, this is the first and only fully online Mario game. No, I don't count Mario Wonder, because that's not simultaneous co-op. I'm so happy they added this to the game. A lot of my friends live considerably far away, so this allows me to play as if it were couch co-op, which is just so awesome. I don't really care if the game would lag or stutter every now and then, because this is just an awesome thing to have as an option in the first place. The power-ups are really cool. Obviously, you have the double cherry that I mentioned earlier. You then have the cat suit, which is really cool. It allows you to scratch at enemies, and if you love speedrunning, you can use cat momentum to gain so much fucking speed, especially now that you're so fast. You can go flying. You can also climb walls. The next ones aren't exactly power-ups, but they do give you abilities, so if you want, you can consider them as ones. The cannon box and the light box. The cannon box shoots cannons. Who would have thunk it? The light box is pretty much only useful for killing boos. The new power-ups aren't really anything that special, but I think they're cool, because you know it's me. The combination of these and the literal mountains of existing power-ups like the Mega Mushroom and the Boomerang Flower make them that much more special when you actually get to use them. Now, unlike most Mario games, the world map is almost completely open to explore. There's a few things to do here, like go gambling, or doing these mystery house type things, but the structure in which you unlock levels is almost entirely linear, so exploration isn't really at the forefront here. But I mean, this is still really cool regardless. The mystery houses are sets of consecutive minigames you have to complete in the time limits they give you. You have no idea how much I really like these. Giving me a bunch of easy trials to do throughout the game is just so cool. My favorite one of these is the final one, where you have to complete every single trial from each one of these houses in one go. Really fucking difficult, but boy is it awesome. Something exclusively with the Wii U version was the Miiverse integration. Ah yes, the now defunct social media platform. You'd see random messages from players on the world map. Pretty interesting messages if I do say so myself. Also, The stamps I mentioned earlier could be used with Miiverse in the original game. Due to there being no more Miiverse, they created the photo mode to give them another use. Another thing here is the existence of the Captain Toad levels. These short little diorama levels are really fun and are a nice change of pace from the usual platforming. You can't jump, so you have to solve little puzzles to gather all the collectibles so you can beat the level. Man, I wish they made a game based on these. I would absolutely buy that in a heartbeat. Ho ho ho, this game has the absolute best world map designs out of any Mario game in my opinion. You have your standard grass, desert, snow, and another desert, but it begins to deviate a little afterwards, and then you get some really cool looking ones. World 5 is that one pink cloud area from Earthbound, and then World Bowser is this really over-the-top theme park with all these flashing lights and jazzy music. Holy shit, I think I'm in love. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this game doesn't have one, not two, but 4 special worlds. The levels in these worlds are pretty much remixed levels from the base game, but there are a ton of new levels that are absolutely fantastic, not to mention the existence of Champions Road. It isn't just the area leading to the Elite Four in at least one Pokemon game. I don't know if it's in the others. It's the final level you unlock in the game that is not only one of the hardest levels I've ever had to experience, but one of the greatest levels in the series' history. The different sections that can sometimes be absolutely stupid, the lack of checkpoints, the fucking boost panels. I rage quit this so many times. The only reason I have over 1,000 deaths on my save file is solely because of this level. And also my friend dying a few times. But I did it. I beat the game. In the special world, you actually get to unlock a brand new character. Rosalina is the 5th and final character. She's apparently the slowest character in the entire game, which is a bit disappointing. But she gets the spin from Super Mario Galaxy to give her some extra height and distance. So I'll forgive her for being slow. Still, she's much faster here than in the original, which is an absolute godsend. Now let's talk about bosses, shall we? This game has some absolutely incredible boss fights. If we don't count Boom Boom, every single boss in this game is completely original. Bowser's several fights where you blow up his funky ass car. Where is this in Mario Kart? Boom Boom's sister Pom Pom, the gigantic worms, a huge ass rock, whatever the hell this guy is, a motherfucking clown, anyone? These guys are so damn cool. I absolutely love every single one of these. It's not even funny. All of these amazing bosses leading up to the final one against Bowser. The fight begins as a sort of auto-scroller. Bowser uses a Super Bell, transforming himself into Meowser? That's his actual name. Anyways, he tries to pressure us as we head further and further up the building using double cherries to make everything a bit more chaotic. All of this build up just to hit the POW block 5 times to kill him and set all the Sprixies free at the same time. I really like the build up here, but I feel like the game falls flat right on its face when it was just getting good. I would have loved a phase 2 where you actually get to beat up Bowser, but we just don't get that. Just hit the POW block and you win. Credits roll, and we get the greatest staff roll in the history of gaming. So that was Super Mario 3D World. I really love this game. There's so much content here to play with, and it just gets better the further in you get. All of the power-ups, characters, bosses, amazing music, all of this combined into one game that just feels so amazing to play. The greatest part about this is that there's still more game here. We are lucky enough to have a whole nother game to talk about. That being Bowser's Fury. Super Mario Sunshine is really referenced here. The paint on the ground, the Mario symbol, not him falling into it, that's a different game. Mario wakes up in this strange world, shrouded in complete darkness. This huge thing that totally isn't Bowser is attacking the island and it's going after Mario. Once he collects this thing called a cat shine, reference, the world becomes peaceful again. Bowser Jr. and his Professor Egad Paintbrush actually wants us to team up with him to help save his dad since he woke up on the wrong side of the bed or something. Apparently, after a certain amount of time, Bowser becomes super angry and turns into Fury Bowser. So it's up to us to help turn him back to normal. Welcome to the massive world of Lake Lapcat, the open world that is so fucking demanding for the Nintendo Switch. It is 720p 60 FPS in docked, and 30 FPS in handheld mode. Absolutely wild. I need the new hardware this very second. This area has the Cato meter cranked up to 11. Absolutely everything has been given cat ears. Bushes, birds, Plessy. Every enemy has cat ears. A fucking mountain has cat ears. Pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It is such a beautiful area. For a machine struggling to run this game, it sure looks absolutely fantastic. Other than that, let's talk about what this mode is. So if you've played Super Mario Odyssey, you'll know that there are loads of moons everywhere. Take that idea, but spin it around a little bit and have cat shines all around the lake, but mostly in these mini areas that are basic little challenges. I love how this little game here is structured. Once you collect a shine, the area will refresh, offering more stuff for you to do, which is absolutely fantastic. Each area is so unique, offering tons of things for you to do and find. I love the lava area. It's a bit stressful, but it looks really cool. The movement here is pretty much the same as in the base game, except we get full 360-degree movement, which is always nice. Along with that, we get to hold a shit ton of power-ups to help make the game way easier than it needs to be. The systems are different from the past games, which, you know, it makes sense to have this, so I'm grateful it's here. After collecting a certain amount of cat shines, the Giga Bell will appear in an area and Mario will go Super Saiyan and you'll need to fuck up Bowser to unlock more of the lake. Really cool boss fights, by the way. This guy has an actual health bar now. I love being able to pick up these pillars and throw them at him, just knocking him down. It's not very hard, but man, is it fun. Wanna know what my issue with this is? It's a really cool idea, but it takes so long for him to spawn that they even added the functionality to use the Bowser amiibo to instantly spawn him in. Wild fucking choice, Nintendo. I don't have his amiibo, so I've just gotta suffer, I guess. Bowser Jr. is your companion in this mode, which is used for some things. You use the the Joy-Con / Pro Controller pointer to make him do stuff. I have his AI set to the lowest possible level so he doesn't just play the game for me. I'm not sure how many cat shines you actually need to complete the game, I'll be honest. I just kinda got as much of them as I could before attempting the final fight. For collecting everything, you get the Super Saiyan Mario as the normal catsuit appearance, and Bowser Jr. gets some cat ears. It's a nice little bonus for going out of your way to 100% the game. This final boss fight is exactly what I needed. It's almost as if they were making up for how bad the original game's Bowser fight was. It begins by throwing you into the fight where you absolutely fuck him up as per usual. But instead of it just ending there, we get a phase 2 where we ride Plessy. We use her to knock these balls into him a few times while dodging oncoming fire until she touches a Giga Bell and becomes absolutely huge. I guess no matter how nice Mario is, he'll always be taunted by his enemy. Bowser's Fury is a really interesting mode. On one hand, it could be taken as a one-off thing done to give people more content to play with. I personally don't think it's the case here, so if we take a look at the other hand, the way this was all set up feels exactly like they created a playable tech demo to test the waters, no pun intended, on how people would react to an open-world Mario game. Obviously people love this game, so I'm sure the next 3D Mario game will end up being a fully open world. That's just a no-brainer. One thing I hope doesn't become the case is the lack of understanding for multiple types of 3D Marios. There's 100% room for sandbox, linear, and open world. So I hope they don't forget about the other styles of games people enjoy, kinda like how they've been doing exactly that for Zelda. But if the next 3D Mario game is anything like Bowser's Fury, I'm sure it'll be absolutely fantastic, just as long as they don't have any garbage amiibo integration to speed up the game. Overall, I truly think this is one of my favorite Mario games ever made. Everything here is just incredible, and I wouldn't want it any other way. There's so much here at your disposal to play around with. So much content. The fact you get 4 special worlds, an unlockable character, and a final challenge that absolutely kicks my ass, as well as a whole separate mode, is just so awesome. Please, Nintendo, do another year of Luigi. If you can release games like these during such an event, I want more of it. Just market it better next time. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. I know I sure did. If you liked the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to turn on notifications to stay up to date with all things me. Have a great rest of your week, and stay tuned for my next video in the new year.